there's a bunch of New Year's stuff coming out, and the main one you'd probably be interested in, if not the New Year's banners, would be the fact that they're rerunning every single Ultra. Not every, but it's pretty close. I think we're only missing Ultra Super Gogeta, Ultra Super Vegito, Beast Gohan, obviously because he's out right now, and Margin Vegeta, most likely because he's the newest Ultra that released. Goku Black Rose isn't here either. These banners will all have separate dates, so be sure to check the news. They're gonna run in threes, so not all at the same time. So depending on which character you want to chase, you should definitely check the news and it'll tell you what date which type of banners will be coming out. But yeah, let's go through every single Ultra and decide whether they're worth it for the rerun. Just before I go into anything regarding all of these Ultras, of course you should summon on things that you like first, but this video is for those people who want to summon on things that are going to last, help them in PvP, etc. Not everybody has the same insight, but at the end of the day, if you have a bigger preference for a certain character, you should go for them over other people that I mentioned in this video. You should do your own thing. First up here we got Ultra Kaioken. Now, I don't think he's relevant enough to summon for, especially being blast type and a yellow, especially when there's so many other better yellows. So for those reasons, I'm writing him off. But let's say you did want to summon for him, what could you get out of him? Well, if you have his plat and you get him to 8 stars, you can make the most of his plat. So you'll have him at a decent standing. He's actually not that bad. He can actually do a bit of damage and can be crafty, but he's nowhere near anything meta relevant. He doesn't fit on any teams. Universe rep is literally out the way. Maybe you want to run him on God Key. That would probably be his best bet. Sun Family also does exist if you wanted to run a blast for orientation. But if I'm being honest, Ultra UI would definitely be better than this guy, and he's also rerunning. So for almost all reasons, I would say to avoid this guy. I don't think he's bad and he could be good looking. It's your preference in regards to that. But personally, if it was me and I am free to play now, but if I had a set amount of CC, I wouldn't even look this guy's way. Next, we got Ultra Broly, the Ultra Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. This guy's also rerunning. He's a purple element, so that should pretty much write him off almost instantly. Not gonna lie. He does have his plat. If you have him high stars, his ability to tank is good. But if you don't have him, it's not somebody you should consider. You'll get him to 5 stars just to get active gauged by Beast Gohan or locked in by Margin Vegeta. You don't really want to deal with that. Of course, he looks good, so if you want to summon for him because he looks good, that's cool. And he also has his plat, so if you did get him, once you get him to 8 stars, if you get him to 8 stars, he would be of somewhat value to you. He's not going to be a complete scrub. So for those reasons, you could have some fun with him. But again, right now being purple, the meta's literally against him. And we've already got bigger purples that are stronger and still struggling. So you know this guy stands no chance. So I would advise against summoning on this guy. But he does look nice. His art is actually really nice. But that's about it in my opinion. The combo breaking isn't getting you far. Next up, we got Ultra Gogeta Blue. Ultra Gogeta Blue is actually one of my favorite Ultras, favorite characters in Dragon Ball Legends, but again, being purple, it's not going to help him at this current moment. He's going to get easily sniped, and his gauge where he does the it's futile, it's not what it used to be. First of all, the green Vegito can just avoid it, and that's already enough, but even if you wanted to use him for fun, yellow Margin Vegeta can lock him in, and Beast Gohan will active gauge him, blue card him, ultimate, and take him out all the same way. Because he's not as strong as he used to be, he doesn't have a plat or anything like that. If you tried to run him, he's not going to tank enough to the point where his health would be able to stay high and you take advantage of his blast counter. He's not as versatile as Ultra Margin Vegeta or G4, where his counter can activate on the cover change in. He has to already be in the battlefield and be in a position where he's not moving. If it's in a combo, it will chain though. So most cases, he's just going to be your downfall, and especially if you try to get him and you have him 5 stars, he's going to get wrecked really, really fast. 8 stars, still going to get wrecked, and I have him 14. I can Zenkai buff him, but I only really find use of him when he gets to past like 60 time accounts. Then he really becomes a superhuman, even when he has multiple Zenkai buffs at that. So for those reasons, another one I would just say avoid. We got the boy Ultra Hit here. Ultra Hit, he is fun to use as well, and his element could actually bring you some usage. However, his time skip in most cases is not going to take out a lot of people. The ultimate can be nice, but I feel like he's just not going to be strong enough. He doesn't have a plat, and the team that he's on right now just isn't cooking. You'd probably have the best bets of putting him on a powerful opponent's team, where you wouldn't be able to fully utilize the powerful opponent, well, Zenkai buffs in general. He's such a weird option when it comes to his bench, so you wouldn't be able to take full advantage of him, but he does have that pro of being red. So if you did want to chase this guy, he could be something in the lower ranks. I would say below BR60, and even then you would still feel suffocated using him. I have him at 14 stars and I do not find him anywhere near useful, I'm not going to lie. He is a fun unit and I love his boxing style. I'll be loving that all the time. But yeah, he's not getting me anywhere, and if you really want to take PvP seriously, he's not going to give you that edge. Even though he is probably the most optimal element right now, the teams are a factor and it's not going to help you out. The time skip might seem like a cool gimmick, but it's not as, let me say, optimal as Beast Gohan's active gauge, mainly because you have to pull out an ultimate to actually make it do damage, as everything else is nerfed. So this is another one I would actually avoid. We've got Ultra Kid Buu, and I was actually speaking about this guy recently. Honestly, he's not somebody that you're going to want either. I do think that he could get a plat, but this guy here, he's not usable right now, man. You can make lots of fun with him, and I feel like he's somewhat protected. I believe he specifically cancels buffs from a rising rush, so that can keep him in the running in terms of that, and he can be a good sniper, being yellow, but he's not sniping anybody important because all purples are on lockdown right now. And there's already better yellows right now, so I could mainly say that he would be useful for fun with his explosive greens. He also does have endurance, so he's not as bad as the other guys that I've mentioned so far, in my opinion. So if you had him high stars, you could use him, but you'd be getting this guy 5 stars. Just like the others, he's going to get melted. He's not going to do you anything in PvP right now. But if there's anybody out of this list that's probably going to get a platinum equipment next year, I would put Kid Buu on that list. For powerful opponents reasons, and I don't feel like they're done with Margin Boost Saga, because Diamond's nowhere near done, and it really seems like they've really been pushing the Diamond stuff so it can correlate with Dimer, you know, because Diamond's directly after Margin Boost Saga. It would make a lot of sense. So if somebody's gonna get a plat, this guy might be one of the ones. I would say only summon on him if you really like this guy, so you want to invest in him. But if you want to use him, I'm against that. I would not advise for it. Ultra Vegito Blue. This guy here is a very big fan favorite, and people cling onto him even when he shouldn't really be used. It's mainly because of his easy access to play. You know, you get cover no easily, he does decent damage, he doesn't tank as good as he used to, but he has the green card, so you don't have to worry about taking hits in the first place. He also gets his vanish back easily and automatically removes the vanish. So these are just easy reasons why people still use him, even though he's not exactly relevant. His biggest point of relevance right now is the fact that Future has returned, so people have been putting him on Future teams. But even bigger point, I baited you right there at the start, is the fact that there's 2 amazing yellows, Beast Gohan and Ultra Margin Vegeta. Obviously, because he's red and somewhat competent with a good foundation because of Future, people have decided to bring this guy out. But would you summon on him right now? Well, let's say you didn't have him. You'd be summoning on this guy and getting him 5 stars. You could definitely have fun with him, but he would get melted very fast and the damage output might not be great. And let me not say might not, it won't be great. Especially above BR60, you are going to get fried. But let's say you get to 8 stars, you'll start feeling maybe a tiny bit more comfortable, and you could get a bit more risky with the plays you make, but he would still be getting melted. But offensively, he can put you in some good situations. So if you are a favorite of this guy, I'm not against you summoning for him, but I'm not propping him as anything good. It'd really just be for a gimmick play. I feel like he's one of these units you can definitely have fun with and him still do decent in comparison to the ones I mentioned before. And he's not in a position where he's heavily countered by anybody. He's actually going to do you a favor in this meta. So it's more so just because, you know, he actually has the utility factors in his kit to keep him alive, and you can actually have fun with him while not being on lockdown. But if he was purple or something, he would be so cooked, you know. So I'm not pushing you summon for this guy, but if you did and you got him, it would be an enjoyable time, as people are still using him frequently. But I'm not pushing for anybody to summon on Ultra Vegito Blue, even though he is my favorite character. Ultra Super Janemba, everybody's favorite one-trick pony. This guy here has that strike counter that immediately spawns him at Ultimate Arts, but he only spawns at Ultimate Arts the first time. Now, this guy being blue, I simply think he's not worth summoning for because Ultra Turles exists, while Ultra Super Gogeta also exists. So even if you wanted the powerful opponent gimmick, you know, Turles is better. And even if you wanted the movies one, Turles is better, and Ultra Super Gogeta right now with the plat is better. So for all reasons, I would say not to summon on this guy unless you really just like him. It's not that he can't perform, but he's not going to get a plat anytime soon in my eyes anyways, especially because he's one of the newer, you know, ultras. He released right before the 2023 festival. He's been alive for, well, alive, lol. He's been around for about a year, you know. So I wouldn't advise summoning for this guy because there's just better options. But if you specifically like Janemba, he's not completely bad, but I'd say 8 stars is where he's going to start to see value. So I don't think he's going to serve meta relevance, especially with a lot of greens running around. This guy here, he's not exactly the biggest pick, but you could definitely make use of him. Just don't think he's worth it in comparison to the other blue ultras that are available. Ultra UI Goku, this guy here, he's a timeless unit. I don't think he's good right now, but he's always good because the kit is built to not be touched. You can say his defenses are bad, his offenses aren't the greatest, but ultimately with Ultra Instinct, if you can't be hit, you can't lose. And if your playstyle is good, if your skill is high, you're not going to be complaining using this guy. That's what's nice about him. So if you want him because you like him, he's not going to get you especially far in this day and age, or anywhere far in my opinion. I think above BR60 is going to be a very high star issue, especially because I have him 14 stars, so I know. But that snipe can come in handy to take people out. Just be wary of like Beast Gohan, but it can take out other people too. His dodging and flipping out of combos. He can nullify endurance of his main, which can take out a lot of good guys. So he has a lot of good factors here and there, you know. So for those reasons, I would put some respect on his name. If you like him, it's not a bad decision to summon on him, especially because you want to have fun. But if you're trying to get high results, I'm not supporting summoning on Ultra UI Goku, I'm not gonna lie. Fun though, he's timeless with the UI mechanic, so that's what I got to say about him. Ultra Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. This guy here, the best aged unit in 2024, I have to say. He's made his resurgence. You see there, because the reruns are called Resurgence. In the festival right here, in my opinion, reaching a top 10 standard. If you want someone to pair with Ultra Beast and you like the look of this guy is nice. He's actually nice. I've been using him a lot, and that counter with the fact that Beast can cancel buffs if you do an ultimate, I believe a Rising Rush, is really nice. And him having endurance, you can keep him alive, but he can keep himself alive. The blue card counter, the block. So he's an overall nice unit, but it's more told to your preference. If you really like this guy and you want him, if you summon on him, you probably won't regret it. I have him at 8 stars and he works completely fine. Just slap on some Zenkai buffs. If you play smart, you make use of his mechanics, you will get places with this guy. So if you did summon on him and you got him, you wouldn't regret it, and it wouldn't just be a fun option. He would actually get you places, obviously depending on your skill to a degree, but he's also quite an autopilot unit. Explosive green, last man stand unit of death. So I'm not against summoning this guy. This guy is more so in favor of summoning. He will get you places. Obviously, you should pair him with Beast Gohan if you want results. Any other teams are not going to get you places very strong. It's really if you already have Beast Gohan, then this guy will shine. Even looking at the elements, they match perfectly. Beast Gohan being yellow counters purple, and purple attacks green, sorry. Purple beats green, so yellow is protecting I can't speak, man. Yellow is protecting green from purples. God damn. There you go. Ultra Golden Frieza, for the same reason as any other purple that I've mentioned, you just shouldn't be summoning for. But as an investment, Ultra Golden Frieza's kit is very, very efficient. I always glaze his green card. His green card is so efficient, it's unreal. It gives you almost everything you need. I haven't scrolled down on anybody's kit in this video, but you get cards, key, damage, cover null, and vanish. Everything you need to survive. Everything. He can be a 1v3 unit in the right scenario, but he's pretty much on lockdown right now just off the fact that he's purple. He doesn't have good defenses in the first place, and to get the most out of him, you have to use him on powerful opponents / Lineage of Evil, because he runs off super buffs, and that's how every Lineage of Evil unit works. But if they do drop one Lineage of Evil unit in 2025, immediately he will come back. So I don't think he's somebody you should chase right now. He will probably return in 2025. They rerun Ultras every 2 weeks. So in most cases, this is just a skip. But for their investment, maybe when yellows die down, hopefully they drop a red LF next to get rid of these yellows. Give purple some room, some wiggle room. He will make a comeback, but I wouldn't advise summoning on Golden Frieza, especially with other purple options that are better than him. but those purples are also being locked down. We've got Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. A lot of people are looking back and regretting the fact that this guy's prime was such a fun time. We're seeing this Ultra Margin Vegeta crap with long combos, Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan 3, Vegito Blue, nullifying counters, Triku, and we now got Beast Gohan, who has G4 on ropes. Now, I've said this, and I actually believe this. I think G4 hasn't fallen off, but he's heavily countered, meaning that if you try to use this guy, you will get punished. But if you ran this guy and you're attacking a green, or even any other element, G4 will feel like a monster. He's really, really good, and because of his counter, he can stay alive, given that it's not being ignored. But if he gets sniped, Ultra Margin Vegeta, who's coming up a lot, it puts this guy in a bind. If you get one-shotted, you don't get to use any of those counters, you don't get to heal. You lose all your big time plays because this guy has room. So, you know, it's tough. This guy being Ultra Margin Vegeta, you know, the main guys or anybody else that can one-shot him. It's tough with G4. I think he's a nice unit to have, and he will be useful in the near future. Everybody's expecting a Fusion Warrior for Daima because of Goku picking up fusion bugs, and with the way it's moving, it'd be Q and Do. Margin Q and Do could definitely fuse Goku and Vegeta. Vegeta, I was gonna say he struggled against Tamagami 2, but he showed up in Super Saiyan 3 mad easy. So depending on how Daima goes, if we get a Fusion Warrior, which everybody's expecting, G4 will gain some relevance on a Fusion Warrior team with the new Daima Fusion Warrior, whether it's gonna be a new one or it's just gonna be Resurgence of Vegito. You see what I did there? But yeah, I'd say summoning on this guy would really be an investment for the near future, or if you just wanted to have fun with a unit that's actually good, but you'd be running the risk of getting one-shotted, getting absolutely destroyed by yellows that are here and there every single game. It's not a good look. And the last one here, we got Ultra Turles. Out of everybody on this Ultra lineup, he is the most valuable to summon for. And that's because he's a most recent Ultra, pairs very well with Ultra Margin Vegeta on a blue-yellow-yellow or blue-yellow something setup, Saiyans. He also works well with sagas from the movies, so if you want to run him with Beast Gohan, he's a perfect match. That comeback keeps him at a peak. He gets 2 lives, and he also has the ability to break combos because of the way his gauge works, decreasing the enemy's ki. This guy here is really, really nice. If you get him 1 copy, that's nice. I don't even have him, so maybe I might take a spin, depending on how my CC is looking. But out of everybody on this list, this guy is the most valuable, and I'm all for summoning for Ultra Turles if you want him, you know. So, out of everybody, he's nice. He's nice. I don't even need to say anything more because I'm giving him the green light. He's going to get you places. He's also got a nice in-cart. He looks nice. Animations are good. No complaints here with Ultra Turles. But yeah, man, that's going to be the end of the video. Let me know what Ultra is more so piquing your attention. Also, bear in mind that Beast Gohan is still here, so you don't have to summon on these Ultras. These are just the reruns, while there's also the New Year's Rising banner that's available, so be wary of those. Beast Gohan is obviously still a better option than all of these, and they didn't return Ultra Margin Vegeta, so he's not going to be on the list of reruns either. So you've got from these, Beast Gohan, the festival banners that exist, or the New Year's Rising banner, on top of whether you're buying the happy bags or not. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.